years now, I've kind of learned that's not something you really want to do.
Right. Well, I don't like walking into a room and like, this happened to me before I joined the Army, and I was with my best friend, and his older brother invited us to it was basically a college party, but it was more of a, what would you call it, like an intellectual college party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was a house party, but it was a little bit more subdued. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a college party, and it was a little bit more intellectual. So the people there were not necessarily thugs or gangsters. Yeah. I wore a very subdued, like I wore a black sweater and I wore black pants because that's just how I dress. And I remember asking my homie's older brother at the end of the night, I was like, how did I do? And he was like, I have good news for you. You disturbed the party so much that people forgot you were there. So like people remembered me walking in, but I didn't do anything after that, and they forgot I was fucking there. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
But if you asked all those people if they remembered me walking in, every single one of them would have fucking remembered me walking in. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
That's like, it's really hard to fucking, when you don't even try to be like that, but you just naturally are. Like, how do you fucking turn that off? Especially when it works. It works in like fucking 95+% of fucking all scenarios. How do you turn it off?
Yep.
Because it fucking works. I'd rather fucking disturb peace by joining the room and then have everybody fucking forget about me and just fucking party, right?
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, people are fucking scared of me, and I've never understood it. I don't necessarily like it, but it's really hard not to play on it sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting older,
Mm-hmm.
there's dudes that are 25 years old that'll fucking break my jaw. And I can't fucking, the idea is not to spook people. When people get spooked, they do spooky shit. And like, I've already been in those situations too. And my face can't fucking take it anymore, dude. My face can't fucking take it. And like where we live in Kansas City, dude, like, I don't feel like fucking taking a fucking knife to the guts either. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like dead ass.
Yeah.
Like that's reality. I don't feel like carrying a gun. I don't feel like carrying a knife. I just want to be left the fuck alone. But when my fucking physical presence spooks people by itself, just on general principle, like I walk into a room and people fucking notice, and I've lived my whole life, and like my whole life has been like that. I didn't ask for it. Like it's just always been like that.
Yeah.
What do you well, yeah, but I hope I'm the fucking biggest guy in the fucking room every time I fucking walk into any fucking individual room, because people fucking clock me the minute I walk in every fucking time. They clock me, whether they forget or don't forget. They clock me every fucking time. It is 100%, 100 fucking percent. People literally watch me fucking enter rooms, and and I'm like,
that's why I
smile.
game and I sit behind a computer with
smile
almost all of my free time. Because, you know, if you had asked me roughly 10 years ago when I got out of the military, or if you confronted me and wanted to fight me, I was throwing fists. We were gonna throw down. If you can't notice, my nose is crooked due to several of those fights.
Let me guess. You're not afraid to fucking throw first, are you? Let me guess.
Back then, I wasn't.
Because it fucking works. But now,
if you come at me, if you came at me sideways, I was either knocking you the fuck out, or I was getting knocked the fuck out.
Yep.
Either way, I was throwing the first hit.
That's right. Thank you.
Now,
why? Because it works, right?
Because it worked.
Because we're done talking.
The way I look at it is, at that point, if I'm about to throw fists,
then you might as well.
Talking's already out the fucking window.
Fucking thank you, dude. Holy fucking mirror.
It's safer for me, physically, mentally, emotionally, to stay at fucking home, play my goddamn video games, cuss out some 12-year-old on fucking Fortnite, or Call of Duty or whatever, and go that route because I don't have that risk of a prison jumpsuit. When I was in the military, I had somebody in chain of command that would get me out of jail every fucking time, and I wasn't going to jail. If I got locked up in a fucking drunk tank or something, especially being an MP, I never got locked up in a drunk tank because I just used my fucking military police powers to get me out of it.
You want to see? Do you want to see something cool? I have I'll show you my setup ish, right? I'll show you my setup, but I want to home in. I want to home in on something here. Watch out, baby. Okay. So this is my setup, right? You can see the two TVs, right?
Yeah.
See that beautiful picture of that fucking woman with the fucking bottle of Jack?
Mm-hmm.
That painting is called "She Only Loves Me When I'm Drunk." And do you see the fucking Johnny Cash fucking thing right next to it? Yeah, that's to remind myself, like, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. I literally put that fucking shit right there as a fucking reminder, dude. Like, don't fucking do it. Like,
yeah, man.
Spent how many years in Tucson, fucking Arizona, and somehow I fucking made it, and I was still eligible to fucking join the army. And then I fucking made it almost 12 years and survived like fucking 3 deployments, and now I have 2 fucking beautiful children. It's like, dude, you don't have to fucking be that guy anymore. You have nothing to prove. You have fucking no one to fucking you have no one to fucking impress. Fucking like you have a pedigree. It's like having a fucking PhD, right? Minus a piece of paper from a fucking university.
Yep.
I've already got the pedigree. Like all that shit is fucking gone, and I don't have.
I never got to touch on this while we were in the podcast, and I really wish I did.
It's okay, John. It's okay.
Oh yeah,
John,
I'm
still recording. John's still recording. Yeah. We can. Don't worry. We can edit and we can use
edit and add it in. So going into basic for me was tough because at the time that I went in as an MP, my cousin was 2 years out from retirement, and he was the fucking commandant of the military police corps. He was a fucking 2-star general. All my DIs, all the drill sergeants at Leonard Wood, everybody knew him.
And you were related to him. Like, he's your cousin.
So I had higher standards than every other fucking trainee there. Because my cousin was the commandant of the military police corps on a base that's known for training and breeding every fucking MP known to man.
Did he fucking come to your graduation?
Yes.
That's badass.
How was it?
It was nerve-wracking, yet for me, that first time I got to salute him as an actual soldier was emotional at the same time.
I had a big fuck up at my basic graduation. Like my grandparents all came, right? I still had both of my grandpas. I was very lucky. I was 29 years old. I still had pretty much I had all my grandparents still. Okay. Well, my grandpa Campbell, like my namesake, when I was walking, like they had this thing where like we got on stage and you shouted your fucking name and the fucking state you were from, right? And then you were like, went off the stage or whatever. Well, when I was walking up the aisle, my grandpa Campbell like reached his fucking arm out, and like I was in such like goddamn like trainee fucking like soldier mode. I saw him do it, but I didn't react fast enough, and I passed him with this, and I literally like left my grandpa fucking hanging at my basic training graduation. Yeah. And I remember fucking I apologized. I'm so glad I got the chance to apologize to him before he passed away. Like a few years later, I was at his house and I was like, Grandpa, I'm sorry. Like I did not mean to leave you fucking hanging. Like I really didn't. Like I was in such fucking like trainee mode, and I was just like fucking black the fuck out, you know, hyper fucking focused, right? Because that works for us, right? Hyper fucking focused works. But I miss like all the fucking peripheral shit. I miss all the peripheral shit. And it would have been totally okay if I had just reached my hand out and grabbed my fucking grandpa's hand. Nobody would have given a fuck. Oh, yeah. Nobody would have given a fuck. Nobody. Zero would have given a fuck. And I don't do regret, you know? I don't do regret and I don't do whatever, but that's one of those memories that like fucks with me sometimes, because I'm like, I left my goddamn grandpa fucking hanging.
Well, that's like the one thing that I wish I was able to accomplish, because I lost my dad when I was 25, right as I was getting out.
Jesus Christ. I didn't know that. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Or,
very sorry. How old are you again right now? How old are you again?
33, 34.
We're the same age. Yeah.
It's when I was trying out for special. That's how old I was when I was trying out for special forces.
So
I love you guys so much.
So I was looking forward to the green to gold thing, just mainly because being
you would have been fine. You would have made it. I guarantee.
The way I always have to, because my girlfriend, she's not from the military background, and she loves watching the videos on YouTube of like us in firefights over in Afghanistan and Iraq, just cussing out the people that are shooting at us while we're shooting back at them and shit.
Not even stopping a barbecue. Like, hey, turn the fucking burger over. You know what I mean? Like, what in the middle of the fucking firefight?
While there's fucking mortars hitting around us and shit.
Bro, like, all you're doing is bothering us. Like, I don't give a fuck that I'm getting fired. All you're doing is bothering us. Like, fuck you. You know?
My best memory from my first deployment, not even 2 days in country, I'm in the shitter, and a mortar hits 2 shitters over from where I'm sitting. You want to talk about a higher power having their hand on my fucking shoulder at that moment?
Let me guess, it didn't detonate.
Oh, it detonated.
Did it really? What happened? What happened?
The shitter beside me and that shitter blown to pieces. Mine was perfectly fucking intact.
Did you stay sitting?
What little shit was left in me to come out came out real fucking quick.
But were you still sitting upright, or like did you get down, or like what happened?
I literally put my head between my knees ready to kiss my ass goodbye.
Fucking A you did, but were you still sitting after it was over?
Yeah.
God, fucking damn it.
No shrapnel came through the fucking wall. Nothing.
You're a fucking badass, dude. That's
like
fucking badass.
I somehow survived that, and I always, to this day, whatever religion you might believe in, whatever higher power, somebody
ain't got none here, bro.
Had me in their fucking grasp that day.
I call it the universe, and and just between you and me as brothers, like I consider myself like heavily agnostic. It's like agnostics. I would be like the agnostic, if that makes sense. Like I am like middle of the fucking road with fucking any spiritual anything ever again in my life, and I'm gonna die that way probably. So I had a really tearful conversation with my girlfriend last night because I'm really scared that I'm gonna fucking get like cancer in the next 10 years. I'm just trying to like fucking get my daughters to like fucking adulthood, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think my girlfriend understands. Like, I'm pretty sure it's fucking gonna happen. Like the shit that I was around in Afghanistan, like on all 3 of my tours, wasn't good. And then I was a smoker for 20 years before that. I just, me and Nikki quit like 2 years ago. We still use tobacco, but I'm still smoking pot. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely not going to stop smoking pot no matter what the fuck I do. I don't give a fuck if I got lung cancer tomorrow. I'm still fucking smoking pot. Like they can fucking literally, they can lick my asshole, dude. Like this whole world can lick my asshole, dude. Like, I don't like having like that kind of a fucking like punk mentality about it. But the reality is I didn't think I was going to make it to fucking 21. And now it's fucking 20 years later. And like, I'm still fucking here, and the fact that I'm here is a miracle. But okay, cool, universe. I appreciate the miracle, but I'm not fucking, dude. I'm pretty sure I fucking know exactly like where I'm going. Like, and it's not gonna be fucking. I don't think I'm making it to fucking 80 or 90 now. Like, there's no way. There's no fucking way, dude. Unless they fucking cure cancer or goddamn like figure some fucking some brilliant.
Oh, the cure's out there. It's just they're not. Big Pharma has their grasp on it so fucking much.
That's why I'm not
not to go conspiracy theorist on y'all, but
no, check it out. I got misdiagnosed as a teenager with bipolar, so I actually have intimate experience, and I totally left all that off when I fucking joined the army at 29, And I'm telling you right now, dude, like, and I had a very tearful conversation with my former in-laws this morning where I explained to them, like, I'm definitely trying to cut back on fucking drinking. Like, but I'll take booze and fucking cannabis over fucking pharmaceuticals like every day of the fucking week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember what they did. I was 19 years old and my fucking dick didn't work all of a sudden. And when it did work, there was no fucking injection. Like I would orgasm and like nothing would come out. I'd be with these fucking like beautiful, just nubile princesses, right? Just in the prime, both 19, 19, everybody's in their fucking prime, just as and like sometimes my dick wouldn't work, and then my dick would work, and then like when it came time for like a massive fucking eruption, I would feel it, but nothing would come out, and like what the fuck is that? How bad does that fuck you up when you're like 19 years old, right?
Oh yeah,
I ain't doing that again, bro. I'll take fucking reefer. I'll take fucking reefer over that shit, dude. Like my dick still gets hard, and I fucking paint fucking entire cities white, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again.
And that's the thing that drives my girlfriend crazy because she works in the healthcare field. She's
right.
She just got her bachelor's in public health. She just started grad school this past week for her master's. And
good for her. And
for me,
again, good for you surrounding yourself with fucking better people.
For
like,
me, it drives her crazy because, you know, she's got diabetes. Here I am obese like a motherfucker because my joints and shit are just wrecked from jumping out of airplanes and deploying overseas and stuff. And I drink.
Get off the couch, dude.
I've started over the past 2 months. I've started on my lunch breaks and on my breaks. I walk around my complex. I get out because I work behind a desk.
That's it. Just start small. I did the same.
And it drives her crazy because I go to the doctor for my yearly physical. Everything comes back fine. I'm healthy as a horse. Like, perfectly good. Currently competing in the Kentucky Derby horse. And
just a little overweight, basically.
And I'm just overweight. Well, that, and I only have one working kidney. The one working kidney, don't know where the fuck that came from. I before my mom passed away, went to go help her move in with me and my ex-wife because my brother is a complete douchebag. His wife's an asshole. We don't get along at all. There's family drama there. Haven't talked to him since mom passed away because all he was concerned about was the money in her bank account when she died. And that pissed me off. And I'm big on family, but at the same time, there's some things that draw that line in the sand.
You can only do so much.
And I had to go to the doctor after helping her move because I was like 26, 27, still somewhat in shape. Mm-hmm. I decided instead of emptying her deep freezer at her house, I was going to deadlift this deep freezer and load it into the U-Haul by myself.
Of course you did.
Hold something in my back, go to urgent care, get an x-ray. They're like, oh, you have spina bifida, which is a birth defect.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?
That was a misdiagnosis.
I was gonna fucking say, I was like, what? Like,
because I even looked at the doctor. I was like, how the fuck did I serve in the military with a birth defect? Yeah. They would have caught that at MEPS. That would have been found.
Like, no, the fuck you didn't. No, the fuck I don't. No, the fuck I don't.
I go to my regular, I go to my general practitioner. He's like, okay, well, I see something, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's get you an MRI. Do an MRI. He's like, well, it looks like your left kidney isn't even there. I'm like, how the fuck does it just go missing? So they had to do an ultrasound at a urologist, find that the kidney's there, but there's no blood flow to it. We have no clue how the fuck that happened. Probably stems from the training accident that caused me to get out. But either way, and then 3 months ago, I was having periods where I was just sick all the time, like throwing up, couldn't keep anything down, go to the doctor. Now I have to take a pill every day because the one working kidney is starting to not function.
Oh, dude.
To try to prevent me from having to go on to dialysis. So far, so good. Everything's better now. However, it drives her crazy because I won't stop eating red meat. I love steak. I love steak and potatoes. I love my whiskey. I love my beer. Everything the doctor tells me not to do, it's like, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. That's kind of the mentality I live, even though I have kids, because I did my part. I contributed to society. And when it happens, it happens. However, due to this medication, my kidney functions are back at 100%. I'm good for right now. I don't drink as heavily as I used to, because years ago when I first got out, I was a gallon of whiskey a day in a dark spot because all I knew was the military lifestyle. Went to rehab, got help for that. Now I know I can have this much, but that's it. I know my limits now.
That's the part I'm trying to get to right now with the drinking. I've reduced my drinking by about 50%. I mean, literally 50%, and I still drink a lot. That's the scary
bottle.
That's the scary
part. Bottle of bourbon right here. I've had it in my mini fridge.
I'm trying to just do like a couple beers a night, or like a glass of fucking scotch. You know what I mean? I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to get there. And it's like, I don't know how the fucking army turned me into such a fucking alky, dude. And I fucking despise it. I fucking despise it. I smoked weed before I ever got drunk in my life. And I knew at 13 fucking years old, cannabis was fucking way better. Like, how did I become such a fucking alky, dude? Like, god damn it. You know what I mean?
The military turns all of us into fucking alcoholics.
I know it does. And it's not our fault, but
we can at least say we were functioning alcoholics.
High functioning, sir. High functioning.
And most of that was due to having a medic in the group that would run a fucking banana bag in us the fucking morning before PT.
We were kings of the earth, my friend. We were kings of the fucking earth.
But like my neighbor, he's still young. He's, gung ho, drinks for the fucking
virile. You know, like there's a fucking adjective for that. VIRILE. Virile. He's virile.
I call him my tactical attack redneck. It could be 30 degrees outside. He's in shorts, no shirt.
You don't give a fuck. Hard as fuck. Dick on hard fucking 24/7, right?
Exactly.
Baby, can you turn the TV on, please?
And, there's times I've tried to keep up with him. Like last Halloween, we had a little bit of a Halloween get together. I do a lot of grilling and smoking meats and stuff as a hobby outside of my streaming because it's relaxing for me. I did 2 pork shoulders, made barbecue that day. I was outside drinking since 7 o'clock that morning. He decides to bust out tequila and wine because the girlfriend decided she was going to be a nun and I was going to dress as Jesus for Halloween. So he has me turning tequila into wine as a, water into wine type of situation. And I yeeted myself out of a 2-story window twice.
PLF?
Because
you PLF'd.
Yep.
Wasn't even a thing, was it?
I don't remember any of it. Like from 7 o'clock that afternoon till midnight, just blacked out. I just know his roommate was in my hallway at one point eating a deviled egg that my girlfriend made for the get together. I come out of the bedroom and just boom, nobody heard me come down the fucking hall, tackled his ass. I broke his tailbone in the process. So I still, when I try to keep up with people that drink like I used to drink when I was in the military, it is not a good thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about because especially after I joined, when I would go back to Arizona to visit my homies, I would literally warn like my best friends, like my brothers. I would
Mhm.
warn them. I'd be like, whatever you do tonight, don't try to keep up with me. Just fucking make sure I get it back. Just make sure I get back to the fucking hotel at the end.
Yep.
Like I've passed out on my fucking feet before, and then gotten up and fucking drank more. You know what I mean? Like literally like passed out standing straight up, fucking passed out, got fucking like helped up, and then fucking drank more.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's like, and dude, like, and it's fucking disgusting, dude. But you know what? Like, it's all of a sudden it becomes fucking reality.
We're just any of us that served, we're a different breed.
Oh God, yes, dude. God, yes. Have you watched Generation Kill? Did you watch Generation Kill?
It's on my to watch list.
I would get on it real quick. Like, fuck, you know, we were talking about Westworld. You know, it's like 8 episodes, like 7 or 8 episodes. It's on HBO Max, and like I would put that like at the front, especially considering you joined in 04. It's literally from like that era. So it's like it's from that era. It's our generation.
Yeah.
And it's like
now
I have the book, and like that miniseries is as close as it gets to like our mentality. Like it's like our generation's Band of Brothers, basically.
Yep. I do want to ask, have either of y'all seen the movie Thank You for Your Service with Miles Teller?
No. Is it good?
No, I haven't heard of that one.
It came out in like 2017.
Have you ever seen Garrison?
I have seen Garrison.
Did you like it? Because I thought that was like one of the best B movies I've ever seen in my life.
It was definitely, you could tell it was a B movie, but it was a really good movie because it told the story right.
Thank you. Thank you. That was one of the best like depictions of like kind of like what goes on behind closed doors when like bad shit's happening in the fucking army that I've ever seen. Like literally ever seen.
Thank You for Your Service was honestly probably one of the most emotional movies that had anything around the Iraq-Afghanistan. Because it told the side of a soldier going in, serving in combat, coming home back into civilian life. Perfect.
Do you know what streaming service it's on?
Let me check.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
I called that right. It did come out in 2017.
I've been doing like some emotional shit, you know, a lot since we got to Kansas City after I moved from Colorado, and like that's one I can like probably press play on and just like do myself one day.
So literally the description of the movie on the IMDb's page is a group of U.S. soldiers returning from Iraq struggle to integrate back into family and civilian life while living with the memory of a war that threatens to destroy them long after they've left the battlefield.
How about that?
And it looks like the only thing you can watch it on is Showtime right now.
Is that Showtime attached to who?
Prime Video.
Amazon Prime?
Yep.
Too easy. Thank you, my friend. I think I'm gonna watch that today, actually.
So it's definitely a good movie. I watched it shortly after it made it.
Let's do it.
Out of theaters. But it's a good one. I tend to not watch a lot of military related stuff just because
I do. I actually deep dive into it, and that's how I got into security. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna get anxiety all of a sudden when you didn't have anxiety before, I was like, you're just gonna fucking wade right back into the fucking middle of the crowd. I was like, fuck you, bro. I'm not feeding into that fear anymore. Like, and I'm not gonna do it. Like, I didn't do it then, and I'm not doing it now. And it's like, so I'll do fucking security at fucking Arrowhead or goddamn Royal Stadium. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do fucking security. I don't give a fuck. I'll do security at a goddamn Hatebreed concert. Don't give a fuck. Cause I'm like, I'm not giving into that shit, dude. I am not going to fucking. If I'm gonna suffer from fucking fear, it's not gonna be a fucking fear I already didn't fucking have for fucking 12 years when I did shit that like would fucking terrify most people, right? I'm not gonna let those fears take over, right? If it's a new fear, like I kind of found out like when I fucking thought I had a hernia, If it's a new fear, I'll accept a new fear, right? But I'm not gonna fucking give into like an old fear that I already didn't have, if that makes sense, right? Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't. Fuck fear, dude. Fuck fear, dude.
Exactly. I mean,
Fuck, dude. We're not fucking pussies, dude. Like, that's at the end of the fucking day. Every time I will feel fear, and then I'm immediately just agitated as fuck at myself for even fucking feeling fear. So like all of a sudden I go from fear to anger. Like, it's literally like less than a microsecond. It's like, oh, you scared, bitch? Like, fucking, and then I'm fucking like just angry as fuck. I swear to God, it's like Stan Lee fucking nailed the Hulk. Fucking nailed the Hulk, dude. Because fucking like that's exactly what it's like. It's like, oh, I'm fucking feeling fear. Hulk on. You know what I mean? Like fucking, huh? And all of a sudden I'm angry as fuck and I'm just like ready to go. Because I'm fucking feeling even the most minute flake of a fucking leaf that fell off a fucking tree of fear. Literally. Like, I did something to myself however many years ago where as soon as I feel fear, I get agitated and then it just fucking like turns me on. Fucking turns me on. Like, I don't.
That's kind of one of the things that drives my girlfriend crazy with me is the training accident I was in was actually a skydiving accident, jumping out of a plane. And since then, after the multitude of surgeries and stuff and getting back to being able to walk, I've jumped out of a plane again. And she's like, why would you do that when that almost killed you?
Because you fucking need to get over the fucking fear of fucking it happening again.
Exactly.
It's why we ride roller coasters. It's why we fucking. I'm gonna go on a ruck march, John. There's a September 11th ruck march, and it's free actually. It's on the Kansas side, and it's I think it might be the fucking day of our fucking shit, but I'm gonna hump it, bro. Like I haven't walked in a while, and I haven't ran in a while. The girls are starting school tomorrow, and I'm gonna start walking and fucking running again. Like I really need to. Like that close call with the hernia thing, you know? It kind of fucking. I haven't been fucking running and rucking, and it's like
that would fuck me up too,
bro. It fucking scared me, bro. I didn't realize I had a phobia of fucking being knocked out for surgery. You know what I mean? And Cody, relax. When Nikki told me that like if you have a hernia, you get surgery. It fucking like all of a sudden like I felt a terror like I haven't fucking felt since I was a kid. I felt like a literal terror. Terror like I never felt on the battlefield. I never fucking felt in the army. Like terror like I haven't I just all of a sudden I saw fucking like immediate mortality. And I've always been okay with my immediate mortality. I've always been okay with mine. I think my fear was based off of everybody that was going to be fucking left behind. Like, and that
That's
was like
I've got, this one for one of the specs that I lost overseas. Mm-hmm. My back is the soldier's prayer is covering my entire back with cousins and uncles that died that were in the service. And that was probably one of my biggest fears, especially later deployments, the second and third, once I made it into the NCO ranks and stuff, and I was responsible for other people's lives. One of my biggest fears was always losing someone in a combat zone.
Right.
Even though sometimes those situations are completely out of our control as NCOs, as soldiers, it still is one of those fears.
And then all of a sudden you find yourself being the one that might get lost, and then you worry about, and we're still worrying about other people. Like if I fucking have a fucking brain aneurysm right now and I die suddenly, what's going to happen to everybody else, right? And like I definitely thought about it even as a young man, even in my teens and my early 20s. I thought about it. I knew, especially when I lost my best friend when we were 22. Like I lost my best friend. way before I ever fucking joined the army, right? And it's like I know the impact that sudden death has on people, on families, on social structures. You know what I mean? Like anything in what we would call real life. In what we would call real life. It's not necessarily real life. It's not necessarily our version of real life. Is not necessarily the same version for civilians. And I don't, dude. They're not civilians to me. They're just our people. We're all in the same like we're all in the goddamn same tribe, and like some of us are just fucking built to be fucking. Some of us are just fucking built to fight. That's it.
If you go back in history,
okay
I mean,
fuck. Some of us are
group.
just fucking built to fight. Some of us are built to fucking like establish the goddamn fucking household. Some of us are built to fucking like gather fucking like fruits and fucking nuts and berries. Some of us are built to fucking like.
Yep. And that's just the way it's been throughout history. Every great group mentioned in history, Native Americans, Romans, the Greeks, the Spartans, you had your warriors, and then you had politicians,
the civil
class.
Civil class. I would just call it a civil class.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that is not a violent actor, anyone who is not in any way, shape, or form a violent actor is in a civil class, and that's it. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're fucking poor. I don't care fucking what your background is.
Yep.
If you are not a violent actor, you are in a civil class, and we are not in the civil class.
No, we're the warrior class. We're the warrior class.
Hold your thought. I have to. I have 2 working kidneys, by the way. How many do you got again?
1.
Sorry, had to be a dick. I still a Squillini. I love you. That was a joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry.
No, hey,
I'm trying to do the dark humor. I'm trying to do the gallows humor. I'm sorry. If it hit a little too hard, I apologize.
It's perfectly fine. When you were doing the Roadhouse, I had to get up and run to the restroom after 2 beers because of the 1 working kidney.
Hey bro, when I get brain cancer, dude, like fucking, you better be talking shit. When I fucking lose this beautiful fucking hair, okay? Like, you better be talking.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
I fully expect you and John to fucking like drink a beer and then fucking piss on my fucking grave, both of you assholes. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I'm only gonna do it because you asked.
Pretty much.